A recent home break-in in Henry County has the sheriff sounding the alarm on a mental health crisis. He says he's putting more people in jail when they should be getting treatment.
My teammates Cody Fisher did a deep dive into the problems that the sheriff is seeing and what he says is the solution.
The officials that I'm speaking with tell me that there's just simply not enough resources to address the mental health crisis that they're seeing here on the streets of Henry County. Henry County Sheriff John Sproles says all law enforcement officers in the county are on the front lines of this crisis.
We're practically dealing with it on a daily basis. These calls can range so widely from dementia, Alzheimer's to just completely psychotic and dangerous.
Those calls land people with mental health issues in the jail.
This is not the place for these people.
Many times, those people end up in isolation cells. Or in extreme cases, padded cells.
At least 25% of the population are either on mental health medications, they have mental health, or substance-induced mental health.
How has that changed in the last 17 months since you've been on the job?
It's increased. I think when I first got here, I didn't see as many mental health patients. Now each week at a minimum, I see anywhere from 10 to 20 patients a week for mental health requests. I have a really hard time finding placement for people who do have mental health challenges.
Lisa Suttle is the Regional Vice President of Clinical Services for Meridian Health Services, which provides mental health services in the county.
The gap is probably more of, someone that's been in a service for several years, monitored, locked units, those kind of things, and then have done very well, but monitored. Meds are given to them, those kind of things. But then once they're released to go to a least restrictive environment, if there's a service that can help to transition them into that type of service, that's very valuable. And not to say they're not out there, there probably just needs to be more. There are services available. There just seems to be sometimes it's hard to get them or not enough.
Suttle is working with Henry County Judge David McCord on a long-term solution for the county.
We would love to have a facility in Henry County, but that's going to be pretty difficult at our size to have a full facility where we can take them 24 hours a day if something like that happens. More likely is that we're going to be able to, we hope to develop a mobile crisis unit.
The biggest roadblock to having a facility specifically for Henry County is funding.
It's really easy for me to sit here and say, we need money to do this, but I know that that's going to be difficult, so that's why we're trying to come up with some of our own funding ideas.
While the bigger goals are further away, the county is doing what they can by creating a crisis intervention team. So far, 27 law enforcement officers have gone through 40 hours of training to better handle situations where someone is having a mental health crisis. Reporting in Henry County for ITV, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV and WishTV.com.